Good morning. It's June 2nd. Hope you guys had a happy May. May was the month for spring cleaning, airing everything out. So yesterday I did a reading for the collective because I'm no longer doing zodiac readings. So I'm just reading for the collective, getting messages from spirit. Just general messages, nothing in particular. So I did you guys reading, but apparently I have video with no sound. And now I'm trying to get the sage to light so I can cleanse the energy so we can start. So I still have all the cards in the same position. I didn't change anything because I did the reading right before I went to work, like today I'm doing, so I can't be on here long. But I just wanted to get this out. So, okay, let's cleanse the energy. Spirit guides, ancestors, divine counsel, we invite you here in this space with us today to give us clarity and understanding and guidance as we receive your messages. Blessed be. Okay, so that being said, the first card that I got out yesterday, I started off showing you guys things that I'm going to be doing as far as shadow work, okay, for those of you that need it. Okay, it's called the Little Book of Shadows. The Little Book of Shadow Work, not the Little Book of Shadows, okay, not that. It's called the Little Book of Shadow Work. And within this book, it has different exercises, and it asks what triggers me, what do I admire in others, and what do I judge in others, and it gives you different exercises to do as far as emotions. So basically it's a guide of working through shadow work, and I'm going to be doing different exercises out of this to help somebody. Somebody will come across it, and you know, it can help somebody. So, and plus I use it with my clients. But I went to the crystal store to get some new cards and crystals, and I did get some crystals and everything, but like I said, I ran across these books. And for those of you who don't know, I'm part native, and I'm just trying to get back to my native roots, my history. So I picked up this book too on shamanism. No matter where you are in the world, we all have, there's indigenous people, and that is the base root of our spirituality. So I picked up this book also, Shamanism and Your Shadow. And this book talks about, it introduces what a shaman is, what a shadow is, what is a shadow worker, and it just breaks it down about the shadow, the triggers, what it comes from, the trauma. It describes the trauma cycle, and it has different animals that are depicted towards your shadow and how to work with them. And then it has journaling for you, prompts for you to do journaling and everything. So I thought that would be a good book also to use. I have stuff falling down. Then the deck that I picked up was a healing deck. Okay, It's a healing deck. And it's called the Mystical Falling Oracle. And the picture has some great pictures in here. But because of YouTube and TikTok, I can't, I've got to cover up some of the pictures. So I can't show you guys all the pictures. But it's a really cool deck. I can't wait to get started with it, to use it. But I can show you this one. This one is Explore Your Ancestry. So, it's number 13. And in the book, it talks about the card, and it gives an action behind it, that what you can do to help that. So explore your ancestry. Talks about how you can recognize without judgment, and when you're repeating old familiar hurtful patterns and so forth. So like I said, I'll have to get the pictures, a couple of cards in there. They have to be covered up. Can't show those. So yeah, so that's what I talked about yesterday also, was the new deck. And so to get started with you guys' reading, I used the Ask Your Guides deck. Okay, this is the first deck I started off with. And within that deck, the first card I got out was Solitude. Okay. And some of you guys are in solitude, need to go into solitude, or coming out of solitude. And you've been co-creating with spirit, with your higher self, and just sitting with yourself. I've been in solitude for a while now, and I absolutely love it. I don't mind being by myself. Even though I have my daughters, my 2 adult daughters that I live with, and my grandson, and we do a lot of things together, but we're all single. We're not looking to date. If somebody just happens to come along, then that's something different. But putting ourselves out there, whatever, no, I'm really not doing that. I don't know about them. I'm not doing that. Physical body was the next card out. So some of you are getting back to nature. And this card, I didn't notice this yesterday. This person is actually sitting in front of a tree by themselves, grounding. So, and these are 2 people by a tree. Well, it's not really a tree. No, that's Gaia. But out in nature. So you guys are probably out in nature, and it's nice outside. It's warm in other spots, more so than others. Like here, it's a little warm. It's like in the 70s, but it's still kind of airish. So, and the sun keeps trying to pop out, but you know, I live in Washington State, so we're coming out of our rainy season, and where the summertime, it is just it's sunny every day. It doesn't get dark till around 10ish at night. So that's when the sun goes down here. So we have a great summer, and it gets really hot. But anyway, so you guys are probably changing your diet with everything that's going on with the economy and with our administration and everything. Some of you are starting to grow your own plants. You're starting to, some of you are buying land and starting to have animals and farm your, just becoming farmers, okay, of fruits and vegetables and meat. Okay, and then some of you that can't, that live in urban cities, you're just becoming vegetarians. I mean, I am. I'm not going to own a farm. I don't like animals like that. I like them, but I don't want to raise animals. Put it that way. So I mean, I'm just going to do container gardening in my house. So, and that you're having a new beginning. Okay, this is a new beginning on life. Like the title of this video is time to go, y'all. It's time to go. Okay, it's time to level up. So that was what was that? Oh, a new beginning. So doors are going to be opening. See, you guys are, Spirit's opening the door for you guys to walk through, like a portal. Okay, because you're leaving the old life behind. That was in May. We're on a brand new beginning now. We're on a brand new timeline. So we're moving forward. We're doing things new. We're doing things different. We're shedding old skin. We purged our old life. We're now moving forward. Okay, and things are going to get better, but you got to make a decision. Some of you have to make a decision whether or not you want to leave that old life behind, or you want to move forward with your new life. Okay, everybody can't go with you. Some of your loved ones you're going to have to leave behind. That doesn't mean you have to stop talking to them or anything like that. That just means that you maybe talk to them less. Okay, maybe some functions that you go to they can't attend. Okay, because now you're moving into new rooms. You're moving differently now. Okay, so you're gonna start meeting new people more on your level. Some of your friends and family that you grew up with, that you've known for years, they haven't elevated. They're down here, you're up here. Okay, or vice versa. Everybody's on a different timeline. Everybody didn't have an awakening. Everybody didn't have a shift. Okay, some people still refuse. I shouldn't say refuse. Some people still haven't experienced the awakening. Okay, they haven't, and some of them have experienced the awakening and they still don't know how to heal. And that's why several of us are on these platforms showing people how to heal, giving the information out there, because of what we went through. Nobody showed us. We had to learn it on our own. We had to get downloads from Spirit so that we can give you guys this information. So the next deck I used was the Star Temple deck. Okay, that's the next deck I used. With that deck, the first card came out was the Moon Star, which talks about passion. You guys are becoming passionate. You guys are, and you're probably having new passionate beginnings, which means that you're very passionate and excited about this new beginning that you're having. And you should be, because that is how you manifest. You manifest with passion. Okay, passion is induced by love. This is something you love to do. You're passionate about it. You care about it. You can't wait to get started. Okay, and you love doing it. You love doing it. Once you get started, even if this is something new for you, once you get started, you're gonna love doing it. You're not gonna want to do anything else. And it talks about, I am entering a portal of euphoric love. Like I said, a portal. Spirit is opening the way for you to walk through that door. And it said, welcome to your new life. We welcome you, okay? And then you're celebrated. This is a celebration. And you see spirit arms embracing you, the universe embracing you with open arms, gathering you into the fold. Okay? But you gotta feel that fire. You gotta feel that fire. Then the next card that came out was Beloved Zeus, the Lovers. This is you. Some of you may be meeting your divine counterpart. Whether you want to look at it as a twin flame or true love, soulmate, however you want to categorize that, or whatever journey you're on, okay? That's up to you. Intuitively, what I'm getting from this card is you co-creating with spirit. And co-creating with spirit, you're intertwined. There's passion all around you. So I talk about quantum physics, okay? Far as manifesting, where your mind and your heart become one, okay? And what that does is it lowers your vibrational frequency to 0.1, okay? And what that is it's the frequency, it's the Earth's frequency, first of all. And when you vibrate on the Earth's frequency, you manifest naturally of what it is that you want. It's I wouldn't say a manifestation technique. It's where your heart and your mind become sync with each other and sync up with the universe, okay, with Earth. And I know Earth and the universe is two different things. I know that. But the Earth rhythm is at 0.1, okay? That's what I'm getting at. And once you match that vibration, it goes out to the universe, into the ethers, and that's what creates your manifestation. That is how you change your world, okay? That is when we tap into the God gene inside of us, okay? And we become creators of our own universe. And that's how you shift realities. Shifting realities is not that you're going to leave this earth and go to another one. No. Shifting realities, I'm going to break it down for you. When you shift realities, it is actually the same as having schizophrenia. You have multiple personalities. So all of these multiple people live within you. And when you shift realities, you cut off one personality and you become another. So when you see Beyonce, Sasha Fierce and Beyonce, those are two different realities. Sasha Fierce creates the reality for Beyonce to live in. Okay, that's the best way I can explain it. So, you're co-creating with spirit, and it says the cosmic union is designed for it's destined for greatness. So this I see in two ways. Because we're all on different timelines. So some of you will co-create with spirit, your higher self, okay? And some of you will meet or have met your divine counterpart, and you guys are creating something beautiful, something nobody else can touch, okay? You're making the world better. You're making the world better, a better world for you guys, creating generational wealth and just peace, okay? The next card I got was the falling star. Okay. This talks about shame. I no longer hide my face. I step into my light with love. So you're building that confidence to get out, be seen, so that you can create this beautiful reality. Okay, June is all about creation. May, the other months, you purge. You got rid of that. Okay, you got rid of it. You packed it in the bag and you sent it to Goodwill or wherever. Okay, to the trash heap. Now we're in this new energy, this new life. We moved to this new state, new house. A lot of you have. You moved to new states, new countries. You've got new houses. You've built your own. You've not built your own land. What am I doing here? You bought land, built houses. You guys are doing the most. You guys are going to do the most. Okay. This economy, I don't care what anybody says. You gotta take lemons and make lemonade. Whatever they dish out, you turn it around, and that's what magic is all about. You taking something and you're using alchemy, mental alchemy, okay, to change it. We're learning how to use energy, to bend energy. That's what quantum physics is all about. You're just bending and manipulating energy. As I'm doing this, I can actually feel the energy between my hands. Okay, you can't see it, but you can definitely feel it. When you walk in a room and you get this tingle, or you get upset, or you get happy, that is because you're picking up on somebody else's energy. We're all empaths. Some are higher than others. Okay, which means you're more sensitive than the next person. But we're all picking up on that energy. So therefore, we are creating what we want. So when you tap into that falling star, you're no longer ashamed. You no longer feel ashamed. All of that goes away. That is what that 0.1 frequency does. It allows you to reprogram your subconscious. Because even though you say, oh, I have no fear, I have this, I have that, you can say it all day long. But if your subconscious does not believe it, it is working in the background. And that is telling the universe something different. Well, she says that she's changed, but that's not what I'm picking up. You see what I'm saying? So your subconscious is your truth. And the way you reprogram your truth is when you vibrate at that 0.1 frequency, and it's through meditation, and you sync up with the earth. That is how you change and become who it is that you want to become. And that's what we're doing. A lot of us are tapping into it, whether we know it or not. Okay, when we're meditating, some of you are feeling this euphoric feeling that comes over you when you meditate, and you're tapping into different energies. Some of you are channeling and don't even know it. Okay, we all have that ability, but when it becomes useful and beneficial to us is when we know how to purposely do it. So we're stripping away that, and like I said, the next one, the aquamarine star. Okay, see how she looks pure to me. Okay, and it talks about expression. I express my intuition with self-confidence and love. So that's what I'm talking about. When you strip away that shame, that fear, you no longer have fear of speaking out. speaking in your truth, speaking your truth, living your truth, being your true self, then you'll express it. You'll write about it. You'll talk about it. You'll live it. Okay? People can see it. Then you tap into this Empress energy. This is the divine feminine. Whether male or female, we all have divine feminine in us. It's just the energy, okay? It's just the energy of giving, receiving, nurturing, caring, okay? Creating. That's what the divine feminine does. She creates. You're creating a life for you, for a life for your family, okay? You're living better. Says embody. I am an embodiment of the divine feminine. People are going to start to see your glow. See how she's glowing? She's serene. She's peaceful. Okay? And this talks about what it is that you value also. Me, I value peace over money any day. Any day. Because I am so confident that I don't worry about, I know that I'll be taken care of. I don't worry about money. I don't worry about where I'm going to lay my head. I don't worry about food. I don't worry about anything like that. Okay? Because I know that long as I stay true to me and I live an authentic life and be fair and true to others, I'll be taken care of. Okay? You have to look at it as that trust fund baby. That trust fund baby, that well-kept woman, that sugar baby, okay? From the universe. The universe is all of that. Once you tap into that, you become that sugar baby. You become that well-kept woman. You become that trust fund baby, okay? But people are going to see your glow, but you got to use discernment, because you will attract negative people, negative thinking people, as well as positive people that have good intentions towards you. People are just going to want to be in that energy. It's an attraction. Then it says the little star. Okay, this is a child. This is some of you are doing inner child work. Inner child work is nothing but doing whatever it is that you want to do at that particular moment that makes you happy. So if you come in from work and you say, oh, I need to take a shower, a bath, or whatever, and go to bed. And you say, well, I would be happier if I just stayed up for half an hour because I want to watch this movie. Okay, so at that time, that is what makes you happy at that time. So that is what you do in that moment because it brings you joy. So go ahead and watch the movie for a half an hour. Okay? When you do that, that also raises your vibration, and it helps helps heal your inner child. Your inner child is nothing but doing whatever it is that makes you happy at that particular time. Okay, that's all it is. It says my inner child is whole and complete. So you guys are healing your inner child. You have healed your inner child. You will be healing your inner child because some of you are coming out of shadow work, dark night of the soul. Okay, the next step behind that is doing your inner child. It's summertime. Go out and have fun. You don't need people or money to go out and have fun. Be creative. Then you got the next one. The sun goddess, lift off. I open my senses to feel delicious pleasure and passion. This to me is rising of the phoenix. You can't get any better than that. Like I said, it's time to level up, y'all. It's time to level up. It's time to go. You cannot linger anymore. We're not having no more tower moments. We're having minor tower moments. No more major tower moments, okay? We're done with all of that. We've awakened, we've healed, we've learned our lessons. We're elevating now, okay? We're elevating. We're stepping into what it is that we feel most passionate, caring, and loving about, okay? We're not trying to repeat any more lessons because we're trying to be golden. This is a rebirth, okay? Specifically says rebirth, out of the darkness into the light. Okay, is what that says. We're trying to live this life. We're trying to live this life. The golden age. We are now in the age of Aquarius, which talks about change, being rebellious. And what I mean by being rebellious is we're no longer doing things that our forefathers did. We're doing things different. We're living life on our own terms. We're not caring what anybody else says. And I can speak that so confidently because I am an Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius sun with a Taurus moon. Okay. So my Taurus is what keeps me grounded, and my Aquarius is what gives me flight. Okay. And I have a Libra rising. So that keeps me balanced. Pisces, Venus. Okay, that's the love, the caring, the compassion. Okay, so look at your birth chart, and your birth chart is your guide. Go on to Cafe Astrology, it's free, and you can download your birth chart. You don't necessarily have to know the exact time of birth. You guys have talked to your parents or somebody and said, okay, at this time when you were born, I don't know, Sanford and Son was on. Okay, look at that time and see what time Sanford and Son came on every night. All you need is a guesstimate. Your time of birth just tells when which planets were aligned at what time. That's all it is. You don't have to have an exact time of birth. But long as you know your birth chart, then you know how to live your life. You know what your purpose was. And basically, and I tell people this all the time, your purpose is just doing whatever it is that makes you happy, and whatever makes you happy, it eventually makes other people happy. That's all it is. That's your life purpose. But your birth chart tells you which lessons you came here to learn. For instance, in my birth chart, my south and north node is in Aries, both. Okay, both in Aries. So, south node tells about your karmic, the lessons that you came here to learn. So, there's a light and dark of every zodiac. So on Aries, and north and south node is the light and dark, okay? South node is the dark, north node is the light. South node in Aries talks about being bossy, being a corrupt leader, starting things and never finish them, because Aries is known for that. They can start things but they don't finish it. Okay. And the light side of Aries is, like I said, they can start things. Okay. Being that innovator, that leadership. Okay. And that authority, making a great boss. Okay. That type of thing. So the next card you guys got out is the Mystic. This literally says magic. I weave magic and surrender to the universe. When you guys go through your awakening, the purpose of the awakening is to strip away everything that you were conditioned to, that you were taught, and it teaches you to release and surrender to the universe. It teaches you to go with the flow of things. Okay. And with the Mystic card, you guys are now learning how to manipulate energy to your benefit. And when they talk about witchcraft, that's all that is. So witchcraft is neither bad or good. It is neutral. It is up to you on how you use it. So if they want to go there, well, we're all witches. Okay. You see her? She's literally manipulating energy to her will. Is what she's doing. And that's what you're learning how to do. Some of you are going to be learning, and some of you have learned, because once again, we're all on different timelines. The Amber Star says, let go. And there's an amber crystal in her back. So some of you guys may want to go to the crystal store and get an amber crystal. It says, I surrender and allow myself to grieve. You got to let go. Whatever is holding you back, whatever you're holding on to, you got to let go. You got to cut cords. You have etheric cords that you've attached, or somebody has, that, put it like this, that you've created, not attached. You've created, whether it could be to a person, it could be to a place or thing. Okay? You attach to living in a certain place. It's time for you to move on. You've outgrown that. It's time to go. Okay? You've attached to a certain job. It no longer serves your purpose. It's time to go. You've attached to that man, that woman, this situation. It's time to go. We're leveling up. When you level up, you can no longer stay in the space where you were. It is time to move on. And that's what that's saying. And that amber crystal will help release that. You sit with it, you meditate with it, you feel the energy. When you meditate, it opens up your energy field for you to feel other energies. Okay? But you always want to protect yourself. That's why most people meditate within a circle. The circle, it's just an energy field. Okay? You can imagine yourself white light, fire, ice, however you wanna imagine yourself. Okay? Or you can just simply say, okay, Archangel Michael, or whoever it is that you pray to, God or whoever, protect me while I meditate. Okay, that's all it is. It's just a layer of protection while you meditate, because when you meditate, you're vulnerable. You open yourself up for other things to come through, because that's what you're doing. You're opening yourself up to receive. Okay, well, you don't know what's going to come through that you're receiving. So that's why you protect yourself when you meditate. You just don't sit there and meditate. You protect yourself before you go into that state. Then it says, the next card came out was the Sacred Orchard, which talks about co-creating. Co-creating with spirit. My abundance mindset attracts endless blessings. So when I talked about you going into that meditative state and you lower your frequency to 0.1, okay? And how you know that you're at that frequency is when your mind and your heart sync up. And what I mean by your mind, I'm talking about your pineal gland, okay? That's what I'm talking about, that spot right there. When you sync those two up, it lowers it to 0.1, okay? That is how you know. And how you know is you're in this euphoric state. It feels like you're having an out-of-body experience. And that's when because you're not to the point where it's sort of like self-hypnosis. You're talking to yourself because you're still awake, so you're not asleep. You can tell yourself, say like, I no longer fear anything or anyone. And I know this to be true 100%. That's it. Just simple words. And then once you come out of it, you will feel lighter. Every day will become lighter. You won't have any worry. You just won't have any fear. Okay? And I said all that to say that is how you co-create with spirit, okay, and your higher self. When you co-create, when you do that, you can reprogram yourself to say that I want all blessings to flow to me, okay? All doors to open, and I know this to be true 100%. And that way you'll become a money magnet. Some of you are already money magnets, okay? Because at one point in time or another, you have already done this, whether you know it or not. The next card is the Awakener. This card talks about, and I look at this as a chariot. See how she's moving? She's just moving on. It's not a Merkaba. Some kind of geometrical symbol. And I've seen that symbol before and it has a name, but I don't know it. Some of you guys know it. Put it in the comments. But it talks about rise. Out of the ashes, I rise like the golden sun. So like I said, you guys are becoming illuminated and luminous. And people are seeing your light. You're rising out of the ashes, out of the darkness. You're creating a new life for yourself. And then the last one is the Amazon Queen. You guys are fierce. You're not taking nothing from nobody. It's like, you challenge me and I will fight. Okay? That's not literally. We're fighting emotionally. We're fighting logically. Okay? This is chess, not checkers. Okay? Make all your moves in private. This is how we play life's chess. All your moves you make private. You don't let anybody know what you're doing. Like they say, you don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing or whatever. You don't tell anybody your secrets. You keep it to yourself. When it's checkmate is when it's time for the curtain to come up and to be revealed of what it is that you're doing or have done. So basically, if you're planning to open up this little flower shop, nobody knows that this is what you were working on until the unveiling and the red ribbon is cut for your flower shop. That's your checkmate. Okay? So we're playing chess over here, not checkers. Because we are Amazon queens, no matter male or female. Okay? An Amazon queen is fierce. They fight to the death. I am a devoted warrior of the universe. Exactly. Okay, and then, so I use tarot for clarification on all of this. And so how I know how these cards came out is, like I said, I didn't change anything, but the video that I did still had every card that came out first. So that's why I'm re-recording it with sound. And then my TikTok I couldn't even go live. I couldn't do anything with TikTok. So, and I was pressed for time, so I had to just leave it. Okay. So that should have showed me yesterday that you weren't supposed to be filming anything. You were supposed to be cooking and getting ready for work, because I was doing it all. I was multitasking. I was doing it all. So the first card that came out was the Queen of Swords in reverse. You guys are just cutting out everything and everybody negative. You're not want to hear it. People have lied to you, done you dirty, and you like, you gotta go. You have got to go. This situation is not helping me. This job is not giving me what I'm worth, not paying me what I'm worth. So, gotta go. The Lovers in reverse. Okay, this could talk about partnerships, but the original meaning of this card, as some of you guys know, is about making a decision. So if this is not about a partnership, then this talks about you guys have made a decision to cut people out. Okay, and if this is a partnership, you guys have still made a decision to let this partnership go. You guys are separated. Okay, and you lost money behind it, regardless of what situation it was, some type of partnership or just cutting things out of your life. Okay, you lost money behind it because you thought that it was your wish fulfillment. And until you did this, you were going to continue on this endless cycle. Okay. Oh, I didn't know she was naked. Oh well. Anyway. Anyway, so you guys were going to, until you did this, you were going to continue on this endless cycle of repeating the same old patterns. And you guys like, nope, I had enough. This is what we're doing from now on. We're gonna just cut this out, and and create your own stability with the Four of Pentacles. You guys are gonna create your own stability. Start planting seeds to so they can have roots, grow roots. So it can grow roots, okay? But with the Queen of Wands in reverse, this talks about And this could be a person, okay, male or female in this energy. But it talks about the attributes of going after what it is that you want, and you're not caring how you get there. So that means you may cheat people, you may lie or whatever, okay? And some of you were in this energy, have met people in this energy. And it also talks about not feeling like you're good enough, not feeling like you not knowing your self-worth, okay? Not knowing your self-worth. And this one talks about not having any regret, not being regretful. Some of you were depressed, or are depressed. This one talks about changes that you need to make. Okay, being blind to the fact, and Spirit is saying that all of the blockages are being removed because you're no longer blind. You're no longer blind. You see what people are doing to you, okay? And it's people are or have done these things to you, not made you feel good enough to where you know your self-worth, and that kept you depressed, okay? And they didn't care. They did not care. They had no regrets, okay? But Spirit is saying that this change with the butterfly, we're gonna cut that out. Blockages with the two swords across, okay? And with the eye there, no, you're no longer blind. And then there's water at the bottom of it, being emotional, okay? All of that's done for because you guys are healing. And because you're healing, you're becoming hopeful. That person is naked too. Oh my God. But yeah, you're healing, okay? And some of you have healed, and some of you will go through this process. And I look at this card with the Knight of Cups. I look at this card. This is my knight in shining armor, okay? And I look at this as someone coming to save you, or a situation coming to save you. What I mean by a situation is like some type of organization, maybe, or a loan, okay? A loan. That'll definitely save you if you're in some type of financial strife, okay? Or a grant or something like that. That is a savior, okay? That is coming to bail you out. That's a bailout, okay? That's where I look at this card as. And it could be the universe, like I said, where that sugar baby, that trust fund baby, okay, coming to save you and taking you, and you're moving on to calmer waters, okay? Spirit is bringing you out of all of that and moving you towards peace, where the waters are calm. It's more peaceful, okay? And you're going with that ebb and flow of life. However it is, you're just flowing with it. Okay? And with the Page of Wands in reverse, this is, to me, somebody has come to the light, has seen the light of something, had a brand new idea, or is not seeing something correctly. Is not seeing something correctly. but have let go of whatever it is that you need to let go, or Spirit is saying that if you're not seeing something correctly, just let it go. Don't even harp on it. Just let it go. Okay? Just let it go. And when you do that, you'll boss up. Or when you do that, for some of you who's ever having this divine counterpart come in, this person is coming. This is when you will meet this person, okay? Or this is when you will become this attribute, this leader. Take control of your life. When you let go, you will take control of your life, because something you didn't see clearly, or maybe you did. Maybe the light bulb did come on, okay? Maybe something did pop in, in your head. Maybe you did have this bright idea. But when you boss up, or when this person comes into your life, you'll be able to take a break from whatever it was that was going on, because you'll be at peace. You'll be able to sleep peacefully. You'll be able to be more calm. Because you'll be co-creating. This talks about contracts. Contract with Spirit, contract with your higher self, contract with some type of partnership, okay? Whether it's in business, in love, career, or whatever it is. But whether it's speaking too fast, whether it's Mercury retrograde or not, always pay attention to the fine print when it comes to contracts. Don't just sign your name. And this talks about contracts, partnerships, soulmates, okay? It just talks about a togetherness. Then I pulled angel cards for advice from our spirit guides, ancestors, and divine counsel. The first card I got out was the Cosmic Gateway with the Eye of Horus. So this here, intuitively I got was a portal, a gateway. Says your thoughts, and it says Cosmic Gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. So that is confirmation to me about the quantum physics, about lowering your vibration to that 0.1, to where you create this portal for you to tap into, okay? And that is that Cosmic Gateway. It's giving you the go ahead. So this would be that gatekeeper, okay? This is that gatekeeper. The only way you can get past this gatekeeper is if you get to that 0.1 frequency, and then it'll let you pass. And then that way you can go to that computer room to reprogram your subconscious and create this better world for yourself. Serapis Bay, Ascension. This is your level up. This is becoming this emperor, okay? That is your level up. And it says, move into your true self. Arise above the darkness. The light is here. Then it says Master Buddha. Some of you work with Buddha, okay? Some of you are follow the Buddha religion, the Buddha teachings. Increased awareness. And see, Buddha reached that 0.1 frequency. When he would meditate, that's where he was, okay? To get that increased awareness. Says deep connection. Trust your inner voice. Your inner voice, that is your higher self. Mother Mary, love and peace. Once you achieve that, this is what you get. You get that love, and you get that. You have the love, okay? Because you couldn't reach that frequency if you didn't have love. That is your true love. It creates the peace. Let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. Then I got White Eagle, ancestor spirit. We're all from indigenous people. Everybody on this earth is from indigenous people. There are indigenous tribes all over this world, and we're all from one of them, a couple of them, a few of them, okay? Connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. Commander Ashtar, call to action. Take charge, lead by example, walk your talk, okay? This is that Emperor energy. Lead by example. See? Be the leader. Be the true leader, not the false leader. That's what I was talking about by Aries and Self Node. That is that false leadership. Aries and North Node, that is that true leadership. Okay? So, that is all that I have for you guys. So that was the complete reading, and I am so sorry, but I had to redo this. See, today could have been a whole different reading. Okay, but that's okay. We still got it out. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready for work, and I will see you back here again soon. So take care, keep your vibrations high, and let's go get it, y'all. Let's elevate. Talk to you guys later. Bye.